I'm Parvati Shallow, and this is the Survivor After Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Survivor After Show, sponsored by Sprint. Every week we get together and look at the flip sides and the blind sides of Survivor Karamoan. And you guys are part of the conversation. So make sure to tell us what you're thinking. Tweet your questions and comments to hashtag Survivor and hashtag Survivor After Show, and we'll be sure to work you into the conversation. So at the end of last week's show, we asked all of you to tweet your answer to our Sprint fan poll question of the week. That question was, do you think the tribe made the right decision on who they sent home? And if you don't remember, that was Malcolm. And the results are in, and 73% of you guys said no. You want to see Malcolm's pretty face for the rest of the season? So did I. Well, we'll have another poll for you at the end of today's show. But for now, joining us in studio today is the man whom Jeff Probst called the smartest player to never win Survivor. He became the first contestant to introduce flip-flopping on Survivor Amazon, and his gameplay was so impressive that it powered him into the top 3. He's an avid fan and scholar of Survivor and hosts his own reality TV podcast called Rob Has a Podcast. Please welcome Mr. Survivor himself, Rob Cesternino.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Wow.
Big applause from our studio.
Thank you. Well, I'm here I'm here to protest Malcolm getting voted out last week, and so I'm very upset, so I came here to speak with you in person.
Oh, great. Well, let's get started then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why are you so fascinated and on the Malcolm bandwagon?
No, isn't everybody?
Well, he has 73%. A lot of fans. He has a lot of fans on Twitter. A lot of people are in an outrage that he was voted out.
Well, I think Malcolm was a great player, and I think that he was very popular for good reason. And I feel like I've compared Malcolm to you in the past, in that Malcolm is a guy who's I think is a triple threat of somebody who's social, strategic.
And we both have great hair.
Obviously. Have great hair and good in the challenges. So
yeah.
I think those kinds of players don't come along too often. So they're of course popular whenever you get them on the show.
Well, and then they're big threats, and then they have to do some crazy pulling rabbits out of hats to stay in the game. And he did that for a long time. And my theory was he just got exhausted. Like, he just tired himself out to the point of, I can't do this anymore. I played back-to-back. He had 2 weeks in between playing again, and then he was just toasted.
He left it all out on the field for us, Malcolm.
He fought like a warrior to the bitter end.
Did a great job.
Yeah.
But now he's gone.
Can you say that you do the same? Because right now I know you're doing a 4-hour body challenge for yourself.
Really? We're going to go there? We're going to talk about that?
Shredded. Sorry, I had to bring it up. You're looking so lean and strong.
Well, I try to stay in shape, Parvati. I can't let myself go.
That's true. And summer's coming.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to visit any islands this summer?
Well, not at this time. I'm going to speak with my travel agent.
Would you play Survivor again? A lot of people love you, and you've proven yourself to be quite a scholar of the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would love to see you play again.
Well, thank you very much, Parvati. I think I would, I would and I wouldn't. I feel like it would be very fun to go do it, but I feel like I am having a lot of fun doing everything I get to do right now with the podcast, talking about Survivor every week, and I never have to get voted off.
That's what I was going to say. Would you be afraid to go back? Because right now you're staking your whole Survivor career on being a know-it-all.
Well,
you even have a podcast called Survivor Know-It-Alls.
Yes, I do. And I never get to, be totally embarrassed or I'm wrong all the time, but I never get voted out, and I get to still be on the show next week. So it's a good thing getting to do everything I do, getting to talk about Survivor and getting to do fun stuff like this. Like, don't you enjoy getting to do the show every week more so?
Yeah, I do. And I think Cochran actually made a comment this past episode about being an objective observer. Or maybe it was Malcolm. Being able to have a little distance and not be emotionally attached and emotionally caught up and so focused, like how Andrea was so focused on her gameplay that and her goal of getting Brenda blindsided that, it ends up backfiring on her. Being able to see as an outsider, you can really do a lot more analytical thinking and moving of chess pieces and watching people and seeing what behavior works in certain situations. So it's teaching me.
Yes, and in the words of Jonathan Penner, he said, Survivor is a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of pain. And it absolutely is.
Absolutely. What a
And there's no pain
impression.
in doing what we get to do.
There's no pain. We get
All fun.
We are dressed and well fed.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's tea. It's green tea for everyone out there who's concerned.
Yeah.
Water. We have to hydrate. So what do you think about this episode? We had 2 castaways voted out.
Yeah, I know. Wild
That's
episode.
unexpected.
I really was faked out in the beginning. I thought that Andrea was going home in the first vote, and then just a great classic blindside, final 7. That's usually when these things tend to happen, and the rug totally got pulled out from under Andrea.
The way that you talk about this is like a football commentator talking about a football game.
Well, I love...
Like you even do that rolling kind of speech.
I love sports talk radio, and I feel like there's a lot of strategy in like talking about like sports and like football games and stuff like after the fact, and that's kind of the way I like to talk about Survivor. And I think
cruise right along.
But it was a really wild episode, and I really felt like Andrea was one of the top people that we were watching this season, and now she's out of the game.
Yeah. Right. Well, she's been a major threat since the beginning.
Yeah.
But so you weren't surprised to see Reynold go?
I wasn't surprised. If you would have asked me before the episode last night, I would have said that the Dos Amigos were going to be the 2 people. It was going to be Reynold, and then I thought it was going to be Eddie, and then I was surprised that they didn't finish off the job, and they went after Andrea, who...
is in love with Eddie and protecting him till the bitter end.
Yes, she
we're going to talk to her about that.
Yeah.
We have
I don't know if it's she's in love with Eddie, but I think she loved having Eddie around. And what I felt about Andrea was, you know how Philip all season long was talking about the BR rules and how he wanted to play like Boston Rob? I feel like Andrea, to a degree, also was trying to play like Boston Rob. And I feel like in Eddie... she felt like that this was her Natalie. This was going to be her person that she wanted to take to the end, who was going to get no votes, who she was going to be able to tell them what to do, with all due respect to Miss Natalie Tenorelli.
I see your point. I also think that she definitely has eyes for Eddie. Like they're cuddling together. She's stroking his back. You know, she's
but from you,
flirting with
Parvati?
him. No, she has a thing for him. And we watched some Ponderosa videos that are even more telling that you really should catch up with.
Okay, well, I absolutely will do that after we get done.
I mean, to me, yes, she was definitely
somebody give me a Sprint
very
phone so I could watch Ponderosa videos.
We'll get that. We'll get on that later. But she was playing so strategically, and Cochran's her right-hand man. So if all of a sudden you're saying she has a Natalie or whatever, she's bringing Eddie into the fold, I think that's poor strategy. Because then her whole tribe, that she's already had the solid 6, is looking like, why does she need to pull an outsider in at this point?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily poor strategy, but it's probably poor execution. Like, I feel like Andrea, in a lot of ways, is kind of like you in the game. And of course,
Malcolm's like me, Andrea's like me, is Reynold like me?
No. no. Reynold,
he has a nice mustache.
He has good balance. That's about all we could say about Reynold being like you.
He doesn't have good enough balance to win the immunity challenge.
He has pretty good balance.
Decent balance.
Yeah.
We have some highlights of Reynold. We're going to talk to him on Skype and bring him in right now. But let's catch up with and remind ourselves of what kind of an awesome player Reynold was.
I'm going to say exactly what I feel. You guys are worthless in challenges. You need me if you want to win.
It is 4-3 fans! 5-3 fans! The fans need one more bag, and there it is!
And we're all going to try and not be cliche and have a cool kids hangout, but it happened. No. Let's go all over again. Holy. You gotta be kidding me. I'm really excited right now, so I'm trying to just check myself, not walk back to camp with some giant stupid grin on my face and a huge bulge in my pocket.
I see a bulge in Reynold's pocket, and it seemed like there was definitely something in it.
I'm holding the hidden immunity idol that I found on the island. I mean, I'm going to play it tonight and then be done with it. The pitch to Cochran was, let's take the muscle to the end. Let's do this all guys alliance. Let's bro down. Let's get these scheming, crazy girls that keep flirting with all of us out of here. And let's just take the strong guys to the end.
I mean, you can't say that guy's not awesome. He had some great quotes. He had a bulge.
Yeah, well, that's awesome in my book.
You won a lot of challenges.
Yeah, found idols. Yeah, I mean, Reynold was great. He had a great attitude the whole time. He was not the greatest player. I don't even know if he was a good player, but he was.
Rob.
But he was excited the whole way through.
He was very excited, especially when he found that hidden immunity idol.
Yeah, Parvati. He went to tribal council 8 times. 2 times the person he voted for went home.
Okay, so strategically, he had a lot to learn.
He had a lot to learn. But physically, he was good in the challenges.
Which is also important on Survivor, to be good in challenges. That's a component of the game.
Yes.
So I would say he's a good player. He's one of the best fans, one of the only fans left in the game.
He's one of the best fans on this season.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Let's bring him in. Do we have Reynold on Skype? Hi, Reynold.
Hey. What's up, you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. So, Rob, what's up with that, man?
Reynold, I said you're one of the best fans on this season, and I furthermore will add, I cannot wait to see you as a favorite on Survivor 36, Fans versus Favorites 3.
Since we're doing them in increments of 10?
Yes, every 6th season.
Rob has it all planned out. Rob knows it all. So he knows, he can foresee the future, Reynold, and he can foresee 2 bulges in your pocket.
Yes.
One in each pocket.
And you will be the Eric Reichenbach of Survivor 36.
Right, exactly.
I don't know if that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Reynold, how do you feel about Eric Reichenbach? You got to play with him.
You know, I don't really feel like I played with him at all. I don't feel like he even played the game. Obviously, he went further than me, but
what the heck is he doing out there?
I don't know. He wouldn't talk strategy with us, but he would hang out with us a lot. So I thought that like Eric and I were friends, and then, but
it's your fault.
No, I mean
you messed him up.
Listen,
you messed him up.
You can't put the blame on me here. People need to take responsibility for their own actions and decisions and lack of decisions, which is what Eric has been doing.
Reynold lost Survivor because you broke Eric.
Reynold, why couldn't you just make Eric do what you wanted him to do? It's not that hard.
I was trying. I mean, I don't know. Apparently, I couldn't get anyone to do what I wanted to do. I think I think the leisure activity out there on the island was every single person went out of their way to form an alliance with me and then stab me in the back.
Oh, you've been betrayed. Who did you trust out there besides Eddie? Did you trust Andrea? Did you think you were working with her at one point?
No, I never did think I was working with Andrea, but she and I were actually joking about it earlier today that on the eve of tribal council before I went home, I went to her openly in front of everybody. I was like, okay, Andrea, you and me, final 2, I promise. And everyone had a good laugh at that.
Why wouldn't she take you to the final 2? You know what? That is actually a mark of respect because you were a big threat at that point. And seeing you win challenges, if you snuck your way into the end, you probably could have won. Do you agree?
Yeah, I really thought that I had a legitimate case. You know, I mean, we made a lot of big moves to try and swing the numbers. I'm really proud of how I played. I know it might not have been the most strategic game, but I was kind of thrown onto the uber defensive side on day 2. So I didn't have the luxury of sitting back like Cochran or Andrea with all my friends that I've played with before and moving the chess pieces around, you know? Like,
oh, right. But you did. But I have to stop you there because you did have a hot kids, like cool kids, hot chicks, hot guy alliance. And that may have been your undoing. Reynold.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest misstep in my game. But, you know, I would argue to say that that's not exactly how it went down. I mean, I had really good relationships with Michael and with Matt. And
Did I just catch a wedding ring? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Reynold, congratulations.
Wow. Look at you, Parvati.
I know, I see everything.
Yeah.
The omniscient host. Who's the lucky lady? Tell us about her.
Oh, she's my world. Her name's Olivia, and she and I had met one time before I left for Survivor, like 10 months before. And afterwards, she came back and visited me in San Francisco, and I was just like, done. You are absolutely the love of my life. Let's make it happen.
Wow.
Well, you
It's
don't suffer from
story.
a lack of decision whatsoever.
Yeah.
Very decisive there, Reynold.
Yeah, it was cool, and I don't want to say it was because of Survivor, because I don't want to take any credit away from her. But you do have that luxury right after the show, of being able to sit back and really see what's important in your life. You've kind of had that 45-day break from it, and yeah, she was definitely something worth fighting for. So,
that's so sweet.
All right, well, let's get back to the game. We want to know about the Survivor. I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to talk about Reynolds' amazing life.
I want to talk about love.
Okay, well, can I ask a question about Sherry?
Yeah, fire away.
With Sherry and you guys were, at odds so much in the beginning of the game, but I'd like to know what was the talk between you guys after the merge about if you guys were able to get something going against all of these favorites.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, I was the champion of the team that was fans versus favorites. And I was always like, you guys, if we don't band together against these returning players, we have no chance. So, I tried to sell that early on. And then right after the merge, I went directly back to Michael and Sherry. And I was like, okay, let's all get together here and see what we can do. What are you guys hearing? And I trusted Michael enough where I told him I would give him the idol if he felt threatened, but I didn't say that to Sherry because, I mean, Sherry's just
Sherry at this point, she's a non-entity. I mean, it looks like they're planning to drag her right to the end, and no one's threatened by her, so she's a vote.
Yeah, she's a non-entity, and she really, she came to me first on, like, the first 5 minutes on the island and made this alliance with me that I obviously, like, I didn't like her or trust her, so I kind of blew it off. So I think she was so, miffed by that she never would entertain the option to play with me again, which is fine.
Well, you're a strong personality, and you're such a threat now that, I mean, they had to get rid of you. But at least we get to see you and your mustache on tribal council.
Yeah. Parvati, thumbs up or thumbs down Reynolds' mustache?
Two thumbs up. We watched your Ponderosa video, and it was the 70s porn stash. We love it.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch the Ponderosa videos yet. I can't wait to see those. We had a lot of fun at Ponderosa.
It looked like it. It looked like a big frat party over there.
Yeah, it's Ponderosa now.
Ponderosa.
Poor Philip, right?
That's why he's the best. Reynold, we have to let you go now. So we'll let you go get back to your woman. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for sharing with us and giving us your insight, though. It's really fascinating. This game has been such a roller coaster ride.
Good broing down with you again.
It was a good bro session, yeah.
Me and Rob are going to crush a beer on our forehead after we let you go.
I think I will, too.
Bye, Reynold.
See you guys.
See you later. He's such a bro.
He's a bro, and he's a good guy. That I hope I didn't offend him.
Do you relate more to Reynold, or do you relate more to Cochran?
I certainly relate much more to Cochran. I mean, Cochran is a fan of the game. I mean, this is Cochran's dream to be out there. I mean, for Reynold, I'm sure it was a great experience and one of the best times of his life. But this was not the culmination of 13 years for Reynold to go and be on Survivor. Whereas when I played, I mean, Survivor had only been on for a few years when I played, but it was a dream come true for me, and I certainly see that from Cochran, and I'm really happy, for Cochran, whereas the first time he went and played, he was just so picked on by everybody,
right.
Between Ozzy and all those guys telling him, you suck the whole time, and I wonder, he just had no confidence now, but now he has a little bit of Survivor swagger.
He has Survivor swagger. I like that.
Yeah.
And he's very, very much coming into his own. I like that correlation that you made with him and with you and having this be your dream come true.
Yeah.
Because that is something that Survivor, it's such a cool concept and a great game in a way that it really does give people a forum and an opportunity to challenge themselves and really see what they're made of.
Mm-hmm. And I think a guy like Reynold, he didn't know probably a lot about Survivor before he played, but now that he got a taste of it, he's probably going to be somebody who becomes a huge fan of the show. And if he's somebody...
it changed his life. He got married from it.
And if Reynold does ever go back again, I think Reynold is somebody that you really are going to watch out for now that he's going to have absorbed all of this Survivor Survivor experience and be watching the show for a while
And have
now.
a little family.
Yeah, I think he'll be a real threat.
Yeah, because when you have a bigger thing to play for, like you have your family back at home and you're playing for that, then I think it changes your game completely. Let's shift gears and talk about numero dos castaway who got the boot.
Yeah.
Andrea.
Let's do it.
So she was a strategic threat, probably from the beginning, calling shots.
See, I really felt like Andrea coming into the season, I felt like she was going to be like you coming into the first Fans versus Favorites, where she was, you know, she made it around the same place that you made it in your first season. And then she came back and I said, okay, now watch this. Andrea is going to put it into a second gear, just like you did on the original Fans versus Favorites. And ultimately, I felt like she had a, you know, she wasn't quite Parvati, but I would say that I felt like she was, she was Parvati-esque. I think that maybe we have to see if, you know, you were the, you know, and you still are, wonderfully able to work with the male players and get what you want.
I like how delicately you just put that, Rob. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wonderfully able to work with the male players.
That's right. That's right.
That was uncomfortable for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was uncomfortable for me as well. But that she was able to, you know, attempt to do some of the things that you were able to do so masterfully. And unfortunately, there's only one Parvati, and that's why we're not crowning Andrea as the winner of Survivor Fans vs. Favorites 2.
No, but she played so hard and she played so strategically. We have some highlights that we put together of Andrea and her strategy we're going to check out right now.
I think I have more loyal people with Philip, so instead of Francesca, it's almost better to go that way. I really want Corinne out. I don't know where Malcolm's at, but Corinne, doesn't Corinne worry you?
Yeah. I don't trust Andrea at all. She'll be talking to one person 1 second, talking to another person next. I'm more intimidated by Andrea than anybody out there.
It kind of makes me upset that Philip gives people not in our alliance a name. He gave Brandon a name. Okay, I like that idea, actually. I wish you'd have came to me first, but I like that Brandon has a name. Eddie's really hot, so, like, maybe we're dating. I don't know if this is island dating. I'm not sure. But the more I play up this possible Eddie relationship, the more likely he is to maybe vote for me in the end or give me information. If my name comes up, then let me know, but right now it's fine.
It's been talked about.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going home tonight. Going back to my first season, I felt completely comfortable, and then bam, I was blindsided. So I know what it's like to be lied to. Some blindsides need to happen before it happens to me.
Famous last words.
All I can say is this guy, Eddie, is so lucky he was never on a season with you. That this guy would have really been, this guy doesn't know what's going on now. He really would have no idea what's going on.
The throat. That's true. I mean, he does appear to be a big dumb animal.
You should hope he never runs into you at all.
Well, I'll see him at the finale. So.
Oh, boy.
We might even have him on the show at some point.
You'll walk out of there with a social security number.
I wonder how well he's been doing financially since the
Probably
show.
not that well.
Probably not so well. Do you think Andrea and Eddie, do you think that's a real relationship?
No.
Or do you think she was working?
I think maybe it was a little bit of island flirtation, but I don't think there was any romantic, actual romance there.
Let's bring her in. Andrea, where are you? There you are, pretty
you see
girl.
me? Hey.
Hi. Live from New York, we have
for
her.
having
Boom.
me. Yes.
Thanks for coming on. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Little refreshed. You got a nice hot shower.
I mean, it's been a while. This filmed a long time ago, so yeah, I refreshed since then.
It looks it.
Where is your jewelry that you have acquired lately?
I actually have it right here.
Oh, funny you should ask. We thought you'd be wearing that.
Oh, I can put it on. Here, hold on. I'll put it on. There you go.
Gorgeous.
That's a nice souvenir.
You do have a nice souvenir.
Though, because it actually is looks like jewelry. I mean, you can actually wear this one, and it's not too abrasive. So
what does it mean to you?
It's a reminder that I got blindsided with an idol, but I'm the only female contestant that went out with an idol in her pocket. So hey,
there's your claim to fame. It's like Francesca being voted out first twice.
Yeah,
it's my thing. I'm like,
Everybody's got to have a thing. But I mean, like, what little piece of wisdom? Because when we watched your final words, you're like, this will help me not to trust people too much. And I was like, oh no, that's not a good thing. Where have you gotten with that? You've had a little time to adjust and absorb and process your experience. Where are you at right now?
I mean, I guess in the game, you know, if I would ever play again, which I don't think I want to, but if I would, you know, that was the one night I actually felt comfortable, and that just should throw up a million red flags because I was paranoid and totally frantic the entire game, and then, you know, that night I'm like, yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, there was no question, like, I wasn't going to play it. So that should have been an indication, oh, you should probably play it.
Well, we were sad to see you go. I mean, you were really working it. Rob said you're like me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt like coming into this season, I think that we said, okay, Andrea, she is going to be the person who's going to make that leap like Parvati. I mean, was that part of your game at all, to play like Parvati in the first Fans versus Favorites?
I mean, I definitely love the way that you play, Parvati. It wasn't like trying to copy you or anything. I think that we're similar in terms of we're very friendly, flirty people. And I don't know about you, but I gravitate towards guys. I think it's because I was a tomboy growing up, so I like... Oh, no. But I was a tomboy growing up, so guys are drama-free, they're fun, they're usually attractive if they're on Survivor, and so that... You know,
oh, yeah, well, they cast for pretty good-looking guys.
Though.
What's going on with you and Eddie now? Are you guys talking? Are you dating?
We're friends. It's funny because, you know, that filmed the last, like, May, June, and then I actually started dating a guy a few months after I got back.
Oh, snap.
You know how editing goes, so I was so worried. I'm like, they had enough material to do whatever they wanted, so there's some awkward times having to watch with
it does look like, as a viewer, I mean, if you have a new boyfriend now, I would be like...
And his family, it was like one episode I'm watching with my boyfriend and his family. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That would be bad, especially if you really like this guy. Well, and you met his family, so that sounds pretty serious.
But they didn't show that much. I mean, we obviously weren't, like, making out on the island, but they could have made it look worse. No.
Ponderosa?
That's what happens there? No.
We know. We're not going to pry.
I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. Yeah, I'm actually pretty conservative when it comes to that kind of stuff.
What happens at Ponderosa ends up on CBS.com, Andrea.
Yeah, and you did. You look like a sexy minx in your jury outfit.
Oh, thank you.
We love those videos. It gives so much insight. You guys look like you're having such a good time on Ponderosa.
Oh, I didn't even see. Is mine posted? I didn't even see mine yet.
Probably.
Maybe
I got some insight.
I'll have to check. I'll get them. I'll check it out.
So wait, I have a question. Why were you, it showed us, like as viewers, we thought that you and Cochran were really working together, so connected, and it looked like you would go to Cochran and tell him everything that you were thinking and every move that you were making. Why were you so close with him? Did you have a deal?
We were friends before the show, and I mean, I even went to his finale in LA, like on South Pacific. I mean, we were actually very, very close. So we've been working together with Dawn and Philip since day one. It was like the four. And then Philip was voted out, so we're like, okay, like the three. And then, I mean, I thought at one point Cochran would want to take out a Dawn or a Brenda. And so that's why I went up to him. I'm like, you know, now's maybe the time to take out Dawn. Because at that point, I think people, you know, thought Dawn would win a lot of votes, you know, at the jury. So that's why I told him that plan. It was, you know, a big mistake because that was, you know, then he went right away and told on me. So
yeah, he's playing pretty cutthroat.
That's a little trickster.
Wow.
Snitches get stitches.
Sneaky.
Well, I mean, it was a good move. I mean, I think that I wanted to take out either Brenda. Well, I wanted to take out Brenda, and then I probably wanted to take out Dawn or Cochran. So it was probably the best thing I could have done at that point.
He got you before you had a chance to get him.
Yeah.
Ah, you two. It was you and Cochran. We're watching. Rob and I are watching. We're like, oh, it's either Andrea or Cochran that's got this, that's running this show. I mean, you were playing so strong, and you would target people like Corinne, and you needed to get her out. And, you know, like, you were making moves and making things happen, and so was he. So I could see a little power dynamic going on between you two.
He was great to work with, though. I mean, I had so much fun with him and Don. It was like that Corinne vote was just crazy. I mean, that happened right before Tribal Council, and we were relying on Eric and Sherry. I mean, this season was so much fun, and I was glad that I was able to play with him and Don and everybody.
You guys seem so well adjusted. I'm really impressed. It doesn't seem like there's too much bitterness or resentment.
Not from my end. I actually like everyone that I played with.
That's so nice.
Is it?
That's how.
We like
really
bitterness.
nice.
No, we like
that.
it when they're angry.
No, Rob, we don't. We want them to be happy.
Actually, some people do like it when people are angry,
Yeah.
but I think, I mean, I see it, it's a game. I mean, you can be upset for a few days, but this filmed forever ago, and we're all people. Like, let's just be nice.
Oh, Andrea, well, we like you. We like that you're being nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking with us. We know you have a long day ahead of you, so we'll let you go. Carry on, lady. Your jewelry looks gorgeous.
Thank you. I think
Congratulations on your title.
Great job, Andrea.
I'll take it, hey.
Bye, sweetie.
Andrea's got a kind of a crazy Survivor back of the baseball card that she got voted out twice in one season, and she came back on Survivor Redemption Island. Then on this season, she goes out of the game with a hidden immunity idol in her pocket. So she's definitely making
Rob,
some Survivor history.
Yeah, you seem like you remember everything.
No, I mean, because we're talking about it. But if we were talking about something that wasn't on this season, I wouldn't have it at the top of my head.
You wouldn't?
I would not, no.
Then how can you claim to be a know-it-all?
Well, what we say about the Survivor know-it-alls is that we're the two guys who...
Well, stop right there.
Yeah.
Because the Sprint tribe has spoken, and when they speak, we must obey.
Yeah.
Let's get to our Sprint fan poll question of the week. I'll reveal the results at the beginning of the next show. Are you ready, sir?
Of course.
Very well. Here's our next fan poll question. Get out your markers and your pens and your pads of paper, because here's the question. And this is a doozy. I mean, you guys probably won't see this question coming. Am I building it up?
Yeah.
A lot of suspense.
Blindside.
Here's the question. Should Andrea have played her idol?
It's tricky. Think about it before you answer.
Think about it before you answer. This is a tricky one.
Yeah.
Tweet your answer yes or no using hashtag Sprint Live Poll, and we'll reveal your answers at the top of the next episode. Well.
Yeah.
That's a serious question.
It's very serious.
I mean, honestly, she's really enjoying wearing it as a necklace, so maybe she shouldn't have played it.
Right, and then, she doesn't have the jewelry. She doesn't have, this great episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Back to what we were talking about you being a know-it-all.
Yes.
That's what I want to know. Explain yourself. Why would anyone...
Well, you'd call yourself a Survivor know-it-all if you know everything about Survivor except how to win the game. And that's obviously the case for me and not the case for someone like you.
So you know everything about Survivor?
No. I know. I'm, the backseat driver of Survivor. I'm, when somebody makes the wrong move, I can tell you did it wrong. But, the truth is...
So you can sit back and judge.
Yeah. The truth is, if I was out there, I wouldn't know any more than anybody else that was there.
But sitting here in your comfortable easy chair,
sure, it's so
you're
easy.
able to know more about Survivor than any other person on the planet.
No, well, with the exception of...
Stephen Fishback.
No, you.
Oh, no, I'm not a know-it-all. I just played and I won once.
Yeah. I got to the end another time.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
You got to the end one time.
I got near the end one time. Unfortunately, it was only a final 2 then.
Well, maybe this will be a final 2. We had a double elimination. My fans versus favorites was a final 2.
Yeah,
this
but there's too many people left. There's 6 people left in the game. There's only 1 episode, and then so we'll get down to 5 1 week from today, and then we'll have the finale.
So, in your final opinion, it's a final 3.
I think it's a final 3.
In your know-it-all opinion,
who do you got now?
Cochran, 100%. Maybe Sherry will squeeze in there.
Yeah, but for the winner,
if it's a final, Cochran.
Yeah,
I've thought Cochran was going to win the whole time.
What about Brenda? You feel like Brenda is she back? I'm a Brenda fan.
I think she maybe has a leg to stand on.
I see what you did there.
You saw that? But I don't think she's going to win. I see Cochran winning this game.
She's come on strong, though, Brenda.
Yeah, but, I mean, who else do they have, really? Nobody.
What about your boy Eric? Wouldn't this be a nice story?
Well, no. Eric's losing his mind.
Yeah. Do you think Eric is? I mean, you played with Eric.
You're the one who knows everything.
But I've never played with Eric. I don't know Eric like you know Eric. I mean, you played with him. A lot of people are saying that Eric is actually playing a smart game. I'm not one of those people. But I've heard people say that they feel like Eric is playing a smart game. Do you think that that's the case?
I wouldn't put Eric and smart in the same sentence.
Because he says every week, he's like, hey, you know, I'm running the show.
Hey guys. Well, here's what is happening right now. You're the one who knows everything.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not claiming that. I'm not making that claim. You're the one who has a podcast that says, I know everything about Survivor. It's called Survivor Know-It-Alls. Okay? I'm not making that claim. You're the one who's sitting here in the chair saying, I know more about Survivor than any person on this planet.
You're making that claim.
Rather than how to win the game. But you can sit here and say, and stake your life upon that.
Is Eric playing a good game?
No, I'm not talking about Eric playing a good game. I'm talking about you being a Survivor know-it-all, because we have a game that we're about to play in studio.
See, now if you would have let me know where
so
that's where you were going.
Stop thinking about Eric at a time like this. This is very serious. This has to do with your future as a Survivor know-it-all.
Okay, good.
Okay, it's our very first Survivor After Show trivia game.
Okay, good.
And we have a challenger for you, Rob.
Yes.
Someone who may know more about Survivor than you.
Who could it be?
He's a very young boy.
Oh, okay.
And he knows a lot about Survivor. His name is Jake, and I had the privilege to meet him at his school when I went and gave a talk to his class who analyzes Survivor. They analyze the players. They talk strategy. He's seen every single episode of Survivor. He knows probably more about you than you know about yourself.
Impossible.
He's going to challenge you to a trivia off.
Okay. Well, I'd like to see it.
Right now. That's happening right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you have all been waiting for on the edges of your seats, watching the after show, the inaugural Survivor After Show trivia game, where we pit our reigning Survivor know-it-all and in-house guest, Rob Cesternino, against our very own mini Survivor know-it-all, Jake. I am personally biased and think Jake is going to take this because he knows more than you, frankly. Jake, why do you think you can win?
I've seen every season and I know more than him.
Oh, well, someone's confident.
Yeah. Boy, there's a lot of people watching this show today. I hope nobody's nervous about being on TV.
You're the one who should be nervous.
Okay.
All right, we've got a lot of trash talk happening with our contestants, which I like, a little heated rivalry.
Now, is this a Cochrane that's here? Is this how you know so much about Survivor?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Potentially, he was you, 10 years ago? Maybe 20, old man.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah. No.
Has all the trash talk been gotten out of the way? Are you guys ready to rock this?
I'm ready.
Let's go for it.
Okay. Question number 1. I will read the question. Here's the rules. I read the question. You buzz in. You answer.
Okay.
Simple as that.
What if the other person is wrong? Do I automatically get the point?
If the other person is wrong, you get a chance to answer the question correctly. If you answer correctly, you get the point. If you answer incorrectly, no points.
Okay.
Okay? Let's do it. Question number 1. Who did Malcolm wrestle in the first challenge? Jake.
Reynold.
Wow, Rob.
Is that right?
You pretty much suck.
Oh.
That was Reynold. That was correct.
Okay.
Point, Jake. Dink.
Okay.
Okay, question number 2. You guys should both know the answer to this one. Who was part of the Cool Kids Alliance? Oh, wow.
Did you finish reading? Was there more to that question?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it? What's the answer?
Reynold, Eddie, Hope, and Allie.
That's correct.
Oh.
Rob, he's got 2 points to your 0.
I thought these were going to be hard questions. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be
okay, so now the question's not hard enough, and that's why you can't answer it?
Yeah, that was a little bit easy.
Okay, so let's give you a harder question. Okay. All right? Question number 3. Rob, here's your chance to redeem yourself. Okay. What was the last food item Cochrane ate before he won the...
All right.
Jake apparently knows the question before I even finish reading it. Okay.
Brains.
What kind of brains?
Pig brains.
You're correct. God, Rob, he didn't even give you a chance.
Okay.
What was the last food item Cochrane ate before he won the food challenge?
I thought we were going to talk about the auction. I thought that's where we were going.
Oh, well, Guess you don't know it all, do you?
Okay.
Okay, number 4. This one's easy. Both of you should get this one. Who was named Serenity by Philip? Oh!
Who is Brenda?
Who is Brenda is correct.
All right.
Rob's on the board, finally, with 1 point.
No, I mean, I've been watching the season
3.
all along. Who is Brenda? No, I'm joking.
That was a good one, you.
She's good.
You're good. Question number 5. Which 2 castaways were with Malcolm when he found the second idol?
I think I got that first.
I think you nailed it.
Okay.
All right, Dawn and Andrea.
Dawn and Andrea is correct. That's the correct answer. Jake beat you 4-1. We're still going.
Still go.
Okay, we're still going. So I think I'm on to Jake's strategy. He's just nailing the buzzer
Boom. Yeah.
and answering the questions properly. If
It is a good strategy. I can't fault the strategy.
If you know how to play any game, that's pretty much how you would play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Cochrane in training right now.
Right.
CIT.
A CIT. He even has acronyms for it all set up.
Do you have a poster of Cochrane in your bedroom?
I don't.
Not yet.
I don't.
Well, that's probably going to be on the market.
That's the
after
prize for this
finale.
game, actually.
All right.
We have a few prizes.
Oh, all right. Well, I didn't
right.
know we were playing for prizes. Now,
right.
now I'll ratchet it up.
Well, you're playing for the ultimate
Ratchet.
prize, which is Survivor Know-It-All, which is what you stake your life on.
Wait, this kid doesn't get my podcast. If
He gets everything.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you better step it up.
All right.
All right? We have 4 questions left. This question, are you ready, both of you?
Let's go.
Who did Andrea want to vote out first from the favorites?
All right, you can have it.
Are you going to give it to Rob? Okay. Rob, answer the question.
Francesca.
No, that's
What?
incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Who did Andrea want to vote out first from the favorite side?
Who is Corinne?
Nailed it.
She voted for Francesca. How okay, judges? How am I wrong on this?
Rob, the questions
Francesca got voted out before Corinne.
She did get voted out before Corinne, but that doesn't mean that Andrea wanted to vote her out.
Oh, she reluctantly voted her out?
Yes, what do you think?
Okay, all right.
She tried and campaigned. Jake, back me up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I need from him because he knows more than you.
Okay.
Already.
It's true.
Okay, what's the score here? 4-5.
5.
That was 4.
To 1. 5
I
to
think
1.
It's 5. There's
Jake.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5
Well,
to 1.
Somebody knows more than me, too, so.
Okay.
Jake, you might as well just take over now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, well, do you want to finish the game or do you want to take over?
you pick. Or, you know what? I think he might want to.
Yeah, let's keep
See if
going.
he can
Let's
do
keep
this.
going. We have all
Okay,
these
let's see if we
questions.
can do
this.
Yeah.
What was the name of the secret operation to vote Corinne out?
Oh, well, you got to stop reading the question once he buzzes
Okay,
in.
buzz.
Parvati.
It's true.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Operation Thunderdome.
You're right. Would you have gotten that one?
Yes. Yeah, it was easy. It was an easy
Title of the
question.
episode.
Oh, Rob,
Yeah.
you're really not impressing me here. Okay,
Well,
question number 8.
That's been said before.
If I had a quarter for every time. All right, ready for this next question? What did Michael call the Anil Adam tribe as he was voted off? Jake.
You turkeys.
That's exactly what he said. How could you forget that?
I actually didn't know that.
He admits he didn't know.
Yeah, that one I didn't know.
Yeah, no
I'm a know-it-all.
excuses for that.
Call you and know it's some. Know some of it.
He's good. Why don't you just have him on your podcast?
Yeah.
Well, he's taking over the podcast, so now, Jake, you can have Rob on your podcast.
I guess so.
All right,
This
two
is
more
the worst day
questions.
of my life.
Rob, we'll have Ed, the Dark Lord,
So
console you
loser.
after the show's over. He'll give you a
Man.
nice big bear hug. It always makes me feel better
Yeah.
when I'm having a bad day. Which castaway is an English professor? Oh, he gave you plenty of time for that
Yeah.
one. Who?
Dawn.
Correct.
Oh,
So
cheers.
if you don't really get the theme, we're talking all this season, Rob, which you said
it's-
originally
yeah.
in our previous conversation you knew the most about because you've been really watching.
Yeah. But I'm
and
really
paying attention.
focused on the strategy and what's going on. Not that little trivial, well, who said what.
That's what the game is, babe.
Okay.
That's how you create strategy. Who said what?
All right, well, this one's worth 10 points, right?
This is our final question. We are down to Jake, 9 points. Rob, was it 1?
I thought it was-
we gave
it
you
was
a point.
2.
8 points to 1 point. No, 9 points.
8 points.
Let me get it together.
Yeah.
8 points to 1. Final question. Even if you get this one right,
Very
you
impressive.
suck.
I thought it was worth 10 points.
Okay, this one's worth 10 points.
Okay.
All right,
deal.
we're really doubling down.
Deal.
Since it was a double elimination episode, we're doubling down. What's the answer, Rob?
It was Reynold and Andrea.
So close.
Shamar.
You got it!
What? Come on!
Jake just nailed it.
Let me see that card.
The question is, which castaway
Well,
was removed due to a medical
Come
condition?
on. All right. All right.
I mean, I'm not making this up. He got it right. That's amazing. All right, well, we have one bonus question.
Yes.
All right.
Let's get to the bonus question.
Yes.
What did Don lose in the lake?
I'll give it to him.
Oh, he already just gave it to you, so.
And we're not counting her mind, right?
No, that's been lost long ago.
I believe it was a retainer. Yes.
Her teeth.
Yeah.
You're giving that to him? That's his teeth?
It's in her teeth. She lost her teeth.
What?
Rob, you got 1 point. Jake got 1,000,000 points. Pretty much the new reigning Survivor know-it-all, and the king of the Survivor after show trivia game.
Oh
Jake,
my
shake
God.
hands, you guys. Be good sports.
This is the worst Survivor experience I've had since Survivor All Stars.
Do you feel bad, Jake, about that?
No.
You don't feel bad at all. Come over here, Jake. I'm going to go ahead and just relinquish my post as host to you, and you can just lead us into what we have to expect on the show.
All right, well, next time on Survivor.
Next time on Survivor.
I think it should be Cochran.
Cochran's in trouble.
Do I have an expiration date that's rapidly approaching?
Eric's withering away.
I'm trying to defeat myself at this point. You've got to get something to eat.
And a surprise visit from home changes everything.
Oh my God.
Well, it looks like we still have more breakdowns to look forward to from Dawn.
As always.
Who do you think, I mean, as the new reigning Survivor know-it-all, Jake, who's going to win this season?
Oh, Cochran. Easy.
Is he your favorite?
Probably.
Maybe you'll get a Cochran poster for your bedroom.
Maybe.
We have a Survivor tattoo for you.
Oh, thank you.
A Cochran poster.
Whoa.
A piggyback ride from Jeff Probst.
Okay.
Hey.
And dinner with my mom.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Deal?
Deal.
Rob, you feel like you're missing out?
Well, the piggyback ride from Jeff Probst does sound enticing. I have to be honest. And I've slimmed down. I thought I was going to get it.
Yeah, you have slimmed down, but your body's not everything. You got to keep working your mind.
I've been
Keep
working
it
on my
fresh.
physical game.
Jake's going to take over Survivor, what, 50?
Sure.
Is that the one you're going to win? Which season are you going to win?
34. First
Survivor,
one I'll be on.
Survivor 34.
Yeah.
All right, we can look forward to that.
Just 2 away from
Rob,
me
you
on the
may
Reynold.
exit the stage.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
We don't need you anymore.
Thank you.
Go get your hug from Ed. I want to thank Rob, of course, the loser of the game, and no longer the Survivor know-it-all that he once claimed to be. And Jake, of course, the new reigning Survivor know-it-all, Andrea and Reynold for joining us on Skype. And of course, thank you guys, all the fans, for watching. Be sure to keep the conversation going and watch a new episode of Survivor Wednesdays at 8, 7 Central. We'll be back here next week for our next Survivor After Show to get you guys all caught up. You can also check back to CBS.com all week to find full episodes, secret scenes, those Ponderosa videos we talk about so much. Vote for your player of the week and continue the Survivor conversation 24/7. I'm Parvati Shallow. This is my new co-host, Jake. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you here next week. And we just shake it up.
But it's not fair. I mean, I'm a grown-up. I have a job. I work all day. I podcast. I'm busy. Like, I'm not a kid. I can't watch the episode over and over and over and over again. I don't memorize every little thing. I'm married. I have stuff that I have to do. It's not fair. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed.